this one.
Bunyangabu 79.4%, Chotela 67.78%, Chagulanyi Sentamu still, Bugweri 61.14%, Chagulanyi Sentamu, Kapele Byong 85.4%, Chagulanyi Sentamu, Kazo 79.6%, Chagulanyi Sentamu, Arua City 60.89%, Chagulanyi Sentamu, Fort Portal City 69.54%, Chagulanyi Sentamu, Masaka City 77.16%, Chagulanyi Sentamu, Mbale City 63.32%, Chagulanyi Sentamu.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it for now.
Yeah.
Nava, you can say it in Uganda.
Yeah, maybe you have a remark about these results.
What I can tell Ugandans is disregard what you're seeing all over social media, because we also don't know where the source is. And our results are based on the DR phones that are coming in, and they represent all results from all over Uganda by Ugandans. These were votes that were casted by Ugandans. So be firm, be strong, stay courageous, don't be discouraged. Konsolo ekizigo kweri fe abali mu lead kuba results tuli muzira bakoze nyini ezo ze tulaba ku local stations paka tukyebuuza zivaawa. Yes, Nick.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, we have also seen the reports on social media of some outrageous percentages for Museveni. I think it was in the east somewhere. We can't back up that of any part. We don't see that at all. You have just heard us reading the results in every district very consistently. Chigalanyi has a majority. So if there are any reports of polling stations or sub-counties with 90% of the votes for Museveni, that is totally not true. It is, I think, obvious for us looking at the results, and it's obvious for the people in Uganda that those are false results. And like Becky was saying, we are updating everything with results. We know where the forms are coming from, and any of those results should be supported by proof. And I haven't seen any proof so far of these percentages. So I want to repeat that please keep coming in with results. Now we are very critical, so if you send in the result and you only mention the DOR with the results for Chigalanyi and for Museveni, then we can't accept it. For all the candidates, the votes need to be specified. That is important for the quality measures that we have. So please just keep trying to get those results in, and then we will tally them for you, and later we will be providing more updates. That's it for now.
Yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in.
You are watching the Vote Monitoring Program, which tracks live polling results and covers the latest election updates. You Vote Counting Stream, streaming for you live.
Okay, kati mbadde njagala abantu bagambe zalirwa na bawulire message mu dakika nge mu bitu tugende ku mulala. Okay. Kaliso. Banendoza mukiwulidde n'abamu aba NRM mu Uganda bakonsidinze lwakuba nti Museveni aganye okukkiriza. Museveni aganye okukonsidinga ne ajja kukkiriza. Hello. nange bwentyo nkulamusizza maama.
Aisha wa Bobiwine Dubai baganda bange kyembasaba bagume tebateekawo kajjagalalo bano baagala tumanyira.
Ennyabo.
Baleke babya mukama byabwe banawusinga ebiriza olusi byabwe then tujje tubambye ebyaffe tebatumanyira.
Ennyabo.
Baganda bange kyembasaba tebakolawo kacyankalano bagezeeko okugira batukyankalanye batumanyire manyire basigale nga bakakkamu nga pulezidenti waffe bwagamba.
Ennyabo. Kale munange webale kukuba. Kale nyawo. Ndoza mukitegedde essaawa yonna tujja kuba tufuna okwogera okuva eri pulezidenti atubula ekyekiddako. Ndoza njagala kufundikira akatambi kano from Uganda. Let me get this call from Uganda. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Muwonge.
Wanji nyabo.
Yeah, I'm calling from Abu Dhabi, just that I'm using web phone.
No problem. No problem. You are live on my page, please. You can go on and address the public.
Yeah, I've been watching your live. Thanks for keeping us updated.
You are most welcome, madam.
Yeah. Actually, I've also called my mom at home, and she was like, furious, angry, and she's like, what does this guy want with us? You know, people at home are really frustrated. But as the president has told us, I just called her mom, please keep calm. Let us wait.
Okay.
Yeah. So people should at least try to call their people at home and tell them to be calm and wait for the next step.
Okay, thank you for calling, madam.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye. So as we hear from different callers, from different parts of the world, each and every one is urging all Ugandans, new supporters, please let's stay calm and we wait our president to tell us the next step. But as we speak, let us stay strong. Let Mr. Simon Wakama and his entire mafia team to forge and announce the fake results. But soon or later, our president is going to come out and address us about the next step. But let's stay calm as we waiting, because Mr. Museveni and his entire mafia team, they're trying to drag us into their game. Which game? They want us to demonstrate. The moment we demonstrate, he's going to kill and immediately announce the permanent lockdown and he impose on curfew and state of emergency. That's what he likes right now. But at the moment, we should stay firm and calm. Let us wait the president to address us what is the next move. But as we speak right now, I encourage each and every Ugandan who resides in the diaspora, please try to organize a peaceful demonstration across the globe. Those who are in Europe, those who are in Africa, Middle East, Canada, USA, Asian countries, most plainly South Korea, China, India, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, whenever you are, please try to organize all Ugandans. We need to organize the peaceful demonstrations across the globe in demanding the right results of our next president, Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. But as we speak right now, let us wait from the president, because all of us, we are yearning for change. So let us wait for the next move or the next message from the president. I know we are very angry about Simon Wakama, but that man or that gentleman is going to face the consequences soon or later, because the world is watching. Nobody is going to accept Museveni's victory worldwide. Even the international community is not going to accept. The European Union is not going to accept. The UK government, the Canada government, American government, nobody is going to accept Museveni's victory. So, I encourage all Ugandans, if it is possible, please withdraw your money in the banks. Withdraw your money on mobile money. Please, has been encouraging you to vacate all the shopping malls or arcades of those gentlemen, because they are the one who torture us. They are the one who increases all rent tariffs. They are the one colliding with your stereotypes from to oppress us. But please, I call upon all Ugandans, let's to stay together because we need a peaceful transition. We don't want to lose anyone in Uganda. So let me pick this call. Hello.
Hello, mukulu lumbuye nianzo kuuliza.
Esebo.
Mukulu lumbuye fetuli mkangalira wano Dubai.
Esebo.
Nkwebaza ebintu byonna byotukoledde okumala ebbanga lino byonna wabula otukoledde omulimu gw'amaanyi.
Esebo.
Naye akaseera kano ketulimu mukulu lumbuye twetaaga mutubuulire ekiddako. Twategeera nti omusajja yajja kubba akalulu abadde ng'akabba buli kaseera. Nkimanyi nti tumanyi ekiddako just mutubuulire kyetuddako. Ffenna tuli ready okuva wano okuddayo waka. Tetugenda kutambulira mu mbeera mbi lubeerera. Mukulu tulina obulumi. Okitegeera bannyina ffe bali wano babeera batambula bakola bwamalaaya. Okitegeera abaana bafiira mu nnyumba. Lumire tugenda kubeera nga twogera bugezi. Okuba nga kekaseera kukuyiwa omusaayi okukina kikiri kitegeeza we are ready. Tetugenda kubeera mbya tewali byakwekalakasa bya mirembe. Ebbanga lituuse obudde butuuse twetaaga change. Mukulu ebigambo bino mbikugamba njiika amaziga kuba ndabye embeera abantu gye batambulira lwaki tubonyabonyezebwa omuntu omu twetaagwaki ensi yaffe mbuye tetusobola kubonerakonda tetusobola kukkiriza mutubuulire kiddako.
Kale mukama wange beera mugumu guma kubanga ensi tusanga ebizibu bingi n'okusomozebwa kungi. Ffenna tuli banyiivu tuli bakambwe ennyo naye tulina okutwala ekigambo ekiva eri omukulembeze n'obuyinza okuva eri eggwanga lyaffe okuba tulyeddiza mu ngeri esoboka. So musigale nga muli bagumu. Woowulira ezziga ly'omusajja nga litonya kiba kitegeeza abantu balina ennaku, abantu bakooye okubeera ku mawanga. Bannayuganda batulugunyiziddwa. Ne bulanga kyamano by'okulonda atandise okwogera Olufalansa ku ssaawa esembayo ng'akimene results batandise okufulumya kati. Kat right now agamba nti Yosef Tabasula mutano wa Karekezi alina 63% ng'already na predicting the results zaabwe zino. Kati ate ebitundu Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu yawangudde byonna bwe binaataalinga ne babiteekako kiba kitegeeza nti obululu bugenda kuba bususse bululu bwalondeddwa n'obuli mu polling centers ne mu registers. Kiba kitegeeza tewali kulonda kubadde obunasajja badde babufoojinga bintu. Luxembourg. Hello. 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 Yes, sir. Nkale kablaza nawe jebale. Oli live sebo. Wanji sebo. Ono okubye ku lumbu ye sebo. Sebo gwo okubye okuva Lukuzembaga si gwa kubye bwotyo. Yogera mukama wange nse kuwulira. Essimu gikendeeza eddoboozi. Esimbo onoogikendeeza eddoboozi ajja kuddamu okube mukama wange kubanga eko efuluma ekwatagana. Kamaru funene eya United Kingdom ndabe. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Wanji mama.
Njogera ne Mr. Lumbuye.
Yennyini kw'oli ate oli live abantu babuulire endowooza yo n'ekyolowooza nnyabo.
Nze Pemigerembe nsizidde wano UK.
Ennyabo.
Nze okusama negazigwamu nenkaaba neŋŋamba ate nina okwezzaamu amaanyi nakkaaba terinabala mpakakaabya ino nenkubira ku baganda bange ndudde obbawuliza essimu teziyitamu fayina be bweyiseemu ne bagamba muli mutya ne bagamba ekiri endejje ekyalo kyonna kyonna kiwuubaavu abantu bonna bali mu kuwuubaala kubanga badde bamanyi nti Bobiwine yawangudde naye kati tengejje tuli mu lockdown covid wamaanyi wano mu Bungereza simanyi bakwano bange bali wano e UK kubanga nze ndi Kent bwe tuyinza kwekumaakuma tetumanyi kuba tebatukkiriza na family zaffe tulaba wano okuba olwa covid so it's very very difficult to see people But era tubeerawo n'akatono kutuyinza okukola wadde tuli mu mayumba, we are not allowed to go out because of COVID situation. Abasobola okusaba tusabe. Abasobola okucekinga ku bantu baffe bali tukikole. Abasobola okukonsalinga social media tukikole. Paka nga tumanyi nti omusajja dictator avudde ku ntebe. Because we are stressed with anxiety, fear and depression. You know? Tuli wano mu mawanga, tuli mu bunyovu, we can't even go home. Naye mbadde mpeddemu amaanyi n'obwedda bwe mbawulirawo babrother bange bali mu mawanga boogera manyi bagenda gakola kyegakomawo. Naye webale nnyo byonna era tumusabira obukuumi.
Kale mukwano.
Okay, papa.
Okay. Kati njagala gendako mu commercial break mpumuzemu engalabi yange naye I encourage each and every Ugandan, please get ready. Pack your luggage, pack each and everything which belongs to you. Soon or later we are going for action. Soon or later, please get ready. Someone is calling from here. Hello.
WhatsApp number.
Yes, sir.
Ogenda kulaba engeri abantu bagenda bakwata amagulu nyewena tebyetagala muntu nti basoma n'omwana wa Peter bakwata.
Yes, sir.
Wetegereza video eyo. Olabe engeri n'omunamawulire asoma result tamanyi gasoma. Bamala balina result babapanzeewo bamala basoma busomi sibibale sibigatte omuwendo gw'abantu abanuza ku kifo ate olusukka ne mu muwendo gw'abantu ate nga polling station endala omuseveni afunye 00000 kuno obululu baateeseyo buteeke nga basoma nakusoma n'ezo polling station endala zibasomeza teziriyo
bwe kiri.
Ekirungi kye tulina all polling stations n'abantu abazironderako n'enamba y'abantu. Ono omusajja tujja mukwata lubonna mwennyini ajja kuseesinga berwa.
Kale brother.
You understand that?
Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you for calling. Okay. So, as I'm winding up this video, please, I encourage each and every Ugandan, whenever you are, or you are abroad, or you are in Uganda, please stay strong. Don't lose hope. Stay focused. Soon or later, we are waiting our president for a second press so that he can tell us the next step. But as it stands right now, please get ready. Please get ready because we are tired of this forceful leading of people in Uganda. Get ready. Please get ready. It's time for action. No more words. Results basoma nfu, jibazijja yonna wafu, asoma bintu bitakwatagana, ali ebintu enyinyi tabitegeera. Let me pick this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Aya.
Anasikia? Watu wanakusikia. Ongea. Sasa huyo alifikia anakuwa anapigia kutoka huko Kenya lakini volume yake iko chini sana. Wacha nikute wewe mwingine. Hello.
Ngombe jebale.
Nkale kablaza nawe jebale.
Kale. Muganda wange nina ebigambo bitono nnyo ze bampita Isaiah ndi muna Uganda akolera wane Kenya.
Eso.
Bambi mutuyambe kubanga omusajja oyo obululu yabubye. Mutuyambe mutuwulire kike tuba tuzzaako.
Yeah.
Tulabe engeri gye tusobola okuyamba mu jinsi.
Amina omukulembeze agenda kujja atubulire kiddako mu lusaawa entono nnyo olw'ensonga nti agambye agenda kulangirira kiddako. Nekye mba mmanya nti muna Uganda yalonze amanyi we yalondedde amanyi results ze byabaka majjatulya gya results ne byayogera gya bijjeruddawa. Kyovula batandise n'okugerera bitakwatagana. Ekirungi bannayuganda balonze kati bebaka maye atalonze ajja tulya gyazijje. Yeah.
Kale sebo ndi mugumu.
Yeah. Kale sebo. South Sudan mwaganye simu za masimu ziri mbiki. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Kale sebo nawe jeba. Oyogera lulimi kyolutuufu. Oyogera Luswahili, Luzungu, Luganda. Oluswahili tolusobola? Makale yogera olulimi lwo tugende kuba nsigazza eddakiika ntono nnyo ngire mpumuzemu engalabi then nkomewo later nzijala kuwumulamuko. ate agenze omusajja banna omusajja agenze. Hello. Hello. Simu zinsobedde olwaleero sizitegeere ezimu bazeekuba bazikuba bukubi simanyi. Hello.
Hello.
Yes sebo.
Esalumu ejebale sebo.
Nkale muganda nawe jebale.
Webale kuweereza byonna.
Nkale sebo namwe jebale.
Oli ku line oba?
Ndi ku line mukama wange nseekuwulira naatera okuvaako.
Kakati nze kyembadde nsaba abannayuganda bonna. Kwe kubeera nti tubeera bagumiikiriza n'okulinda tulabe omukulembeze waffe kiki kyayogera kyenyinza okubakubiriza. Ekirala nina meseji eri bannaddiini mu Uganda. Nina meseji eri obwakabaka bwa Uganda bwonna ankole Uganda abasoga kyonna ekya Uganda. Yessaawa tubasaba ab'ebitiibwa bannaddiini obufuzi bwa Seka Supreme Mufti obufuzi obwa Old Kampala obufuzi obwa Namirembe n'ebitongole byonna bya bannaddiini yessaawa mubeeyo mulage ensi nti mukolera Katonda muyimiriddewo ku lwa Katonda temuyimiriddewo ku lwa muntu omu n'akyemalira. Eyo message yange eri bannaddiini olw'ensonga bwe munaavaayo ne muyimirira n'abantu ensi egenda barikugonaizinga tugenda kubeera nammwe emirembe. Message ey'okubiri ebitongole byonna ebikuumaddembe iso miso byonna ebikuumaddembe yessaawa tubasaba mumanye nti munnayuganda asazeewo era ayimiriddewo ku magulu ge tusalabo tukudde buntu bulamu tulonze tumaze okulonda twagala mutuwerekere mutubeere emabega tusobole okufuna obuyinza bwe tulonze mu mirembe nga situlekalakaasa. Ekyo kyensaba ebitongole byonna ebikuumaddembe. Kale Mr. Lumbi ebigambo bingi byalyogeddwa naye message yange eyo webali kubeera nti oweereza ate abantu ffenna tufolowinge omukulembeze waffe kiki kyagenda okubeera nti atugamba. Muzaata teyafanga anoonya ng'ali mu kwekalakaasa abantu bonna abafudde tebafudde nga bagenze kwekalakaasa bakirya bakigundu bani bonna battiddwa nga bali ku byabwe naye bwe bayina essaawa kubeera nti tununula ensi yaffe newe guba musaayi tujja kuguyiwa oba ki essaawa etuuse. Tubadde baana bate emabega katubayo ffe basajja bakulu aboogera situgenda kulinda ate baana baffe bato bajja kubeera nti balinnyirwako ettoomi. N'olwekyo nkunga bannayuganda mwenna tubeere emabega wa pulezidenti waffe kikyagenda tugamba tulabike nti omusajja ono tumuggyako ekyo kyalowooza nti kike.
Okay, kablazo bali
kuweereza kandekere abakubi abalala batise.
Okay. Bannange oyo mukubi asembyeyo njala kujjako video eno malo gathering more information bwe nfuna kigatto waffe then nja kudda nkole video kamala n'okumuzaamu engalabi eno kamala okukwata ono yasembayo ndowooza. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Wanji mama.
Ye gwelumbuye.
Ngenze kenyini kamwa kwogera mama wengalabi.
Kati bannange ate ndowooza oba tukole tutya. Omusajja abantu wandibadde obabuulira abasajja mu businesses zaabwe zino zi shopping mall biki baziboycotting babule bwe bajja ssente kubanga ssente ze zifuga kati eggwanga.
Amiina katuddemu katulinde omukulembeze obubaka bwagenda otuleetera then tulabe ki ekyokuddako naye ng'ensi already etegedde Museveni si ye mukulembeze w'eggwanga omulonde yeeteddawo bweteesi ekimala kimala.
Kati bwebamala baboycottinga business zaabwe mutubuulire ki kye tugenda okukola musajja atuviire bannange.
Kale maama.
Kale.
So buli munnayuganda alina gy'ali get ready. Ekiddako get ready. Private number eno yawa. Hello. Yes. Mkale mgane nawe je bale kusebo.
Kale nze baza okuva Canada.
Esebo.
Mitombi ngobera program zero omusajja mubezi nnyo. Tulina na mezaya.
Esebo.
Kunsonga ezikwatagana n'eggwanga lyaffe.
Esebo.
Ffe Uganda abali mu diaspora tusazeewo okukola kyonna kye tujja okusobola. Oba abatunula eggwanga lyaffe okuva mu Muwonge. Ekimala.
Esebo.
Twandibadde mu bwawanguse kubeera mu budde bwa bunnyogovu. Tulina eggwanga lyaffe eddungi baabuka n'okutuuka okubitukyaya. Naye tuli beetegeefu okukola kyonna okulembeza kyanaaba akoze eki.
Ayogedde.
Kyanaaba asabye.
Nkale sebo.
Ekimala.
Amina sebo.
Era bulungi.
Kanabira bulungi. Okay. Abannaye ndowooza munzikirize mpumuzeemu engalabi yange kuba obudde ndaba bugenze ate n'okusooka okwagala okuwummulamu then tulabe ki ekiddako tulyoke tukomewo. Abakuba ku internet kansoke njijjeko. Oh, yes, Christ. Hello.
Hello, is this Lumpia?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm based in the UK and I'm a Ugandan origin.
Hi, I'm Muwonge. You're watching this stream. Today we look ahead to January the 14th and Uganda's presidential election. What are your hopes and fears for the leadership in Uganda for the next 5 years? If you're on YouTube, you can jump into the comment section and be part of today's program.
And the current situation in Uganda as of now, everyone is on tension, citizens are on tension because the anxiety of who is going to win, the current state, people think they're going to rig the elections, and then the different parties that are on board, at least we have about 11 candidates, and the situation is really a tense one, but we hope we have a peaceful election.
To join today's discussion, we invited President Museveni, but his office, his team didn't reply to any of our invitations. We also scheduled presidential candidate Bobiwine to be part of the conversation, but earlier on today, he said he was unable to join us due to campaign commitments. But we do have an excellent lineup. Hello, Joel. It's really good to see you. Hello, Ofonyo. Hello, Lydia. Thank you for being part of the stream. Joel, tell everybody who you are, what you do.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Joel Senyonyi, and I'm the spokesperson of NUP. That's the National Unity Platform political party, and also spokesperson of the People Power Movement.
Ofonyo, good to see you. I've seen you on the news on Al Jazeera earlier on today. Tell everybody who you are, what you do.
Yeah, I'm the Executive Director of the Government Media Center and spokesperson of the Government of Uganda.
Thank you for joining us, and hello, Lydia. Please tell our international audience who you
are. Good evening. I'm Lydia Namobilu, a Ugandan journalist and the Africa editor at Open Democracy.
Lydia, I am looking on my laptop at the candidates for the presidential elections in Uganda 2021 to 2026. That will be their term. And I'm just going to scoot down and look at the candidates here. Out of these candidates, who stands out for you? Who is the most impressive from your perspective? Who seems to be capturing the public's imagination?
Those are two different questions. The one I find most captivating is not necessarily the candidates that's most capturing the public imagination. So I would say for the public, there are two front runners. There's President Museveni, incumbent for 35 years, and then there's Sentamu Kyagulanyi, most commonly known as Bobiwine, who is only 4 years old. when President Museveni became president, and also the two other foremost runners in the race. Neither, I'm not voting either necessarily myself.
Ofonra, I'm just looking at President Museveni's Twitter feed, counting down to election day, and one of the critical issues that you seem to be using to appeal to Uganda's voting citizens will be securing the future, that with President Museveni, you continue to have a secure future. It's so difficult to be distracted by politics in Uganda right now. I want you to really focus on issues at the beginning of our conversation. Is that the biggest campaign promise that the government is giving the people of Uganda? A secure future?
Yes, because 35 years ago, Museveni got Uganda in the abyss. A failed state, no army, no parliament, no judiciary, no civil service, nothing, no economy. Not even the basics, sugar, salt. Over 35 years, all those are now uprooted. There was no democracy, no media. We have made tremendous journey of transformation, of empowerment of the previously marginalized women, youths, young people, the disabled. We were a pariah in the international community. We want to continue with Museveni's leadership, with the NRM leadership, so that we continue to consolidate and secure the future. We do believe that we have built a firm foundation on which we can build a better, the greater Uganda. And so every indication is that Yoweri Museveni is the preferred candidate for majority of Ugandans. There may be a lot of noise in town, but that is the reality. Museveni is going to win. His party, the National Resistance Movement, is going to win overwhelmingly the next parliament and the local governments of Uganda. Our conservative estimate, 70%, 73%. I don't think there's going to be a big dent from the current formations in the country, political formations in the country.
All right, let me bring in Joel here. Joel, I've been following your outreach via social media. Uganda has 3 major problems you tweeted out recently. 1, leadership. 2, leadership. 3, leadership. Critical issues as you approach election day for you that you're appealing to the Ugandan public. What are they? Joel, go ahead. Hi there, Joel. Can you hear me? Critical issues approaching the January 14th election. I saw you tweet out leadership. Any other points? Any other mandate apart from that? Joel, go ahead. We may have lost Joel. Let's see. Hi, Joel.
All right. I'm back now. So talking about that tweet specifically, I say that yes, there are 3: leadership, because ultimately everything is revolving around leadership. When you go to our hospitals, there's no medicine. Women are giving birth on the floor. Why? Bad leaders who are not concerned about the people. The Fonopondos will spend billions of taxpayers' money, government officials, flying out for treatment. And so they'll not be concerned about the ordinary taxpayer. It's bad leadership that, sees our children studying under trees in 2021, 35 years later of the leadership of Mr. Museveni. It's bad leadership that does that. When you look at our economy, these guys keep talking about progress. Oh my goodness. A few are extremely rich. The gap between the rich and the poor is so wide. So when you look at GDP and GDP per capita, yes, it will show you that there's a bit of progress. But you see, GDP per capita, it means so, yes, there's somebody who is extremely rich and another who is too poor. They'll do a balance and then get an average. So many young people are unemployed in this our good country. When you look at our human rights record, for heaven's sake, opposing Mr. Museveni is like a death sentence. People are being killed, people are being maimed, hundreds of people are behind bars because one man wants to rule our country forever. And for us, we are saying, no, we can't do better. We should be able to do better. We think that 35 years later, Mr. Museveni has done what he's been able to do, but there's lots of things that he has messed up. Corruption in this, our good country, is skyrocketing. Government officials are stealing on a daily basis billions of taxpayer money that is meant to fix education and all these different things. And so that's why I keep taking it back to leadership. once we get leaders that are going to serve the people as opposed to serving themselves, the situation can change. It should be able to change.
I'm just looking here at a tweet from Baker. Baker is part of the conversation that we were having online. And he says that President Museveni is the right choice, tried, tested, strategic. Others are not thinking anywhere beyond the 14th. Lydia, your take on that?
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the ways in which President Museveni appeals to people. He appeals to a certain kind of people who would rather who are risk averse, who think whatever we have now, I would rather have this than, you know, take a chance on what's the unknown. But I wouldn't say those people are the majority, to be honest. I think, like Joel was saying, there's lots of people who are disgruntled. Mr. Fono Opondo was talking about, you know, where Museveni brought us from. We were a pariah, a failed state, and all of that. But what he's talking about, the change that Mr. Museveni brought in the 1980s and the 90s, is not necessarily the same place we still are. I think lots of people feel like we've regressed. We once were on a revolutionary path, and we've since regressed. So I think I would say, yeah, some people are risk averse. They don't want to risk what they already have, especially people who are comfortable. But there are lots of people who also feel excluded and marginalized in many, many ways, economically, as members of certain ethnic groups. Young people do not see themselves represented at all by the government. It's a government run by old men who very often do old men things like, slowing down the internet, closing social media. So I think it's not a universal perception for sure.
I want to bring in a Belgwin Prosper Lumu, who picks up, Lydia, on your point about this being a young people's election. When he looked at who was running, who were the potential candidates. Have a listen to Belwyn.
And people are very excited to see that very many youth have come up to take the highest office of the land, the president's office. So you look at people like John Katumba, 24 years of age, is the youngest presidential candidate, and the most popular being Bobiwine, Mr. Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. So people are very excited to hear from all these people, and the whole country is pushed into a state of excitement, uncontrollable excitement, whenever they see or listen to these people talk or meet them whenever they go to campaign.
Yes, we have so much activity happening on YouTube. I want to open up some of their questions and share them with you. So David Dennis says, how are the post-polling activities like vote counting ensured to be safe and fair by the party agents? So Fonwo, let me ask that of you very directly and a brief response, please.
Well, first of all, at the time of nomination, it was transparent. Through the Electoral Commission, candidates were asked to send their representatives at the national level to the polling station level, 2 agents each person. Once voting starts at 8, it closes at 4, and voting is done, rather counting is done in the open at the polling station. And the results are announced at the polling station before they are taken for tallying at the district level. So with that, with the observers, with the media, we expect any reasonable candidate to have sufficient number of reliable agents to take care of their interests. Okay. There's nobody going to fidget with the voting, and so the election will be credible. The results will be credible. Will be reflecting the will of the people. I have no doubt about that. So, the whole country is queen.
Yeah, so what is interesting here, and we've known this for some time, have a look at my laptop here, John, then I'm going to go straight to you. The EU says it won't monitor Uganda election, limiting polls, international scrutiny, and that's because the last time they looked at Uganda's elections, they weren't happy that it was free and fair. Joel, how confident are you that this election, January the 14th, the number of people who voted, the votes that went to various candidates, they will be accurate?
Our elections are very troublesome. There's a lot of intimidation that happens on a daily basis. And you see, an election is a process. It's not just an event. So we are talking about 14th, but it began a long time ago, and then it will head to 14th and thereafter. It's an entire process. It begins with consultations, for example, that are provided for within our laws. But if somebody is desirous to stand for president, they can go across the country consulting. Bobiwine tried to do that, and they stopped him. They said, no, you won't move around. That was way before COVID-19, which now our government uses. They use COVID-19 as an excuse to persecute the opposition, to kill people, which is illogical that you're killing people as a way of trying to protect them from COVID-19. So it's an entire process. Consultations did not happen. On nomination day, our presidential candidate was bundled up. Many of us were beaten and so on. And it's been the process. That's the way things have been happening. People are being killed. People are maimed. People are in jail, you know. And so as we head to 14th, there's too many questions, you know, too few answers. So ballot papers were delivered, for example, seals were broken. And the EC said, you see, it's because of our Bambi roads, that's why the seals broke. But those seals are too strong. And so there's concerns about all these different things. So Ofono Kondo was saying that, you see, the media will be there to cover and so on. But government and the Electoral Commission have come out to say, we are not allowing cameras at polling stations. And we're saying, wait a minute, why are you keeping cameras away? What are you trying to hide? Or are you now going to use any other excuse? Cameras spread COVID-19. What exactly are you trying to hide?
I think.
All right, so guess I hear all three of you. Lydia briefly, and then Ofonwo briefly, and then we go back to YouTube. Go ahead, Lydia.
Right, about cameras at polling stations, I believe the Electoral Commission has clarified it's not allowed within the cordoned-off voting area, but journalists will still be able to observe the election. However, I understand people, you know, like the EU teams that are no longer observing the elections because, like the EU, Ugandans are very familiar. You observe, you see, you document a lot of wrongdoing, and nothing's done about it. I mean, every election since 2006 has been challenged in court, and the court has made long lists of recommendations, most of which are just ignored. Mr. Opondo was talking about the procedural things that will happen on election day as they are on paper, but in practice, they don't necessarily happen that way. I live just about 6 kilometers from the Electoral Commission. In 2016, my polling station got their ballot papers at 3 p.m. And like he's telling you, then voting ends at 4 p.m. When are people going to vote? So I think it's one thing to put things on paper. It's quite another to actually ensure that those things happen. And when things fail to happen as they should, that remedy is, you know, that voters have remedy and correction is made to avoid those things being repeated, which we haven't seen so far. So I really completely understand people who don't feel like this is going to be a fair election. I think we haven't seen sufficient commitment from the government to make it fair, and it certainly doesn't help that unfairness benefits the regime's candidate.
If you have been following Uganda's elections, obviously if you're inside of Uganda, you will know this, that some of the opposition candidates have had quite a challenging time. I'm putting that lightly. I want to show you presidential candidate Bobiwine just a little while ago when he was campaigning and what happened to him. Let's have a look.
I'm back again. I'm sorry, I've been tear gassed in my car. The police officer is ordering that I'm not supposed to park on the side of the road and speak to media.
So I'm wondering, Ofonwo, why a presidential candidate is wearing a helmet and a flat jacket and in an armoured vehicle to campaign. But YouTube has even tougher questions here. Lorna Maria says, censorship is our biggest problem. Mbambu Annex, the biggest issue is that police are killing innocent Ugandans. Ofonwo, how would you respond to those two lines of questioning?
Well, before I respond to that, I'm very glad that Lydia has debunked Mr. Joel Senyonyi's false claims that journalists are not allowed. The reason the Electoral Commission has said, indeed the regulations, that cameras are not allowed inside the polling station is to protect the integrity of the secret balloting.